Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge Fates Stay Night Remastered in Unlimited Bladeworks Timeline. Beim letzten Mal wurde Berserker ja, hat Berserker ja im Kampf mit einem unbekannten Servant gekämpft und wurde dabei vernichtend geschlagen. Und jetzt sind wir gerade in seinen, ich nenne es einfach mal Erinnerungen an die Zeit, wo er von Ilias Viel gesammelt wurde. You are strong Berserker kommt von Iliasville. Oh. In the winter forest. The girl hesitantly touched his arm, stained red from the enemy's blood. Surrounded by a pack of beasts, the girl braced for death even as she desperately denied it. At that time, he was not able to move without an order from his master, so he was the first to become the beast's prey. The pack of beasts pierced his arteries, tendons, and eyeballs with their fangs. The girl screamed seeing that. He couldn't remember what she said since then, since he had his reasoning taken away. But the girl screamed not for her sake, but for his. Even though he destroyed her arm every time he swung his sword. She endured it so that he did not die. That's why both of them were covered in blood. The giant was covered in the slaughter beast's blood, and the girl was covered in her own blood. He remembers that winter forest. The weight of the girl that leaned on him, crying tears of pain. And he realized, in that small cold castle, the black giant was the only one that the girl talked to. She comes into view. It was the same as that time. The girl is running to him crying, which she had not seen since she had become a master, and the man slashes her. With a horizontal flash, the blonde enemy takes away the girl's vision. Her face is covered in red. The blind girl runs in spite of that, tripping over rubble. The slender body falls. There. The enemy's sword is swung. The sword misses her heart. Her lung must have been pierced as the girl is coughing up blood still on the ground. It is not an instant death, but it is fatal. The girl is left with nothing as her vision is taken away. Her lungs are broken and she even lost her servant. If she could die peacefully, it might at least be a salvation if she could just go to sleep right there. However, the girl is moving forward, leaving a trail of blood behind. She crawls towards the black giant, fumbling and crying in anger. How much power was left in him? He breaks the chains with all his might and grabs at the man. The magical spear is thrust. The spear pierces the giant's heart. And it ends. The man pulls out the spear as if nothing happened, and the remaining power in the giant completely disappears. His body disappears. The power that was given him form had completely disappeared. Then all that's left for him to do is disappear. The servant lost all his magical energy and has no power to stay in this world any longer. He falls to the ground, but in his final moment, he sees the girl fumbling around for him in his peripheral. Strength returns to his collapsing legs, the law of magecraft that built him, the regulation of the world that hates inconsistencies, and the body of rock that crumbles away as sand. Oh. He pushes away every power that tries to eliminate him just with his will. I can't disappear yet. He is probably the only one who she could rely on, in order to support the lonely girl who insulted him, but still believed in him as her only reliance. With her vision taken away, the girl is crawling with her arms stretched out. She must want to feel him, as she cannot see him now. Her hands covered in blood grope at an empty space, trying to verify his existence. There's no power left in him. There's nothing he can do. Berserker will fall here and die here. His body has died and he has no strength to support his falling body.
私は安心だよ。どんな奴にだって。バーサーカーさえいれば負けないもの。
But not this time. His mind is dead. Supporting his body with a mind and a will that should no longer exist, he leaves this world. His body has not fallen, still invincible, as if to say that his body cannot give up until the end of the sake, at the end for the sake of the girl that relies on him. And the girl reaches him. The hand that was only grasping the air finally touches something. Coughing up blood, the girl clings onto the hard body. She cannot see anymore, but she can still feel him. Berserker hasn't lost. She cannot see for herself, but Berserker is strong as always.
よかった。ずっとそこにいてね。バーサーカー。
Strength fades from her body. Everything hurts and she is scared, but it's alright as long as he is here. He always protected her. He was scary, but he was really nice. His big body is like a father's, so she really wanted him to pick her up at least once.
暗くても怖くないよ。バーサーカーは強いんだもん。こうしていてくれれば、私は安心できるから。
She rests her body on him. She feels like a heart and big hand is placed on her head. It's probably true. He should be patting her head if she opens her eyes.
ちょっと寒いね。
Her body is cold. Recalling the forest from that time, the girls laugh. It was a long time ago already. Recalling the giant that protected her even while getting injured, she happily falls and loses consciousness. The man reaches out to the girl in white, who peacefully fell asleep. Stop, you bastard! I yell at the top of my lungs. I don't consider my own danger or what could happen to me.
Oh?
The man stops his arm and that he tried to extend. Behind him is Shinji, surprised at my intrusion. He smiles ominously. Wait. My shaky throat speaks before I can think. However, there's no way that man will stop. I couldn't even tell him to stop. The man pulled something out of the girl's body with his bare hands, with a smile still on his face, a red dripping object that looks like a fruit. The thing in the man's hand is without a doubt the girl in white's. My mind burns down. I lose my sanity as fear of being killed and hatred of wanting to kill him gets muddled.
観客がいたか。俺の勇姿を見たいという気持ちはわかるが。
The man still holding the red thing in his right hand.
身の程をわきまえろ。王に命じるとは何事か。雑種
He fires one of his countless noble phantasms at me. The terrace falls. The man's noble phantasm goes through the wall of the castle and destroys the wall's wall. I don't move a step in the midst of it all. I don't care about the rubble that falls from above. I don't have the composure to run, and I have no intention to run. It doesn't matter whether a big piece of rubble grazes my back. I can't think of taking my eyes off that man right now.
ほう。何かと思えば、セイバーのマスターとはな。
His red eyes react to me and to my enmity. My blood boils. I will die in the next instant. There's no way I am not afraid of that. But my body refuses to run away and keeps screaming to defeat that enemy right now. The corpse of the girl that was killed mercilessly keeps ordering me not to forgive him. It's only natural for me to lose all reasoning. My mind churns from the contradiction desires of life and death.
戦う意志はあるようだが、話にならん。肝心のセイバーがいないのでは、貴様などに価値はない。
A sword appears in the man's left hand. The sword is raised mercilessly and should come down to kill me. Even then I keep staring at the enemy. I can't think of throwing my back to that man.
ちょっと待てよ。そいつさ、僕の知り合いなんだよね。
The man's sword stops. Shinji, who was watching from the other side of the wall, starts walking to the center of the hall with light steps.
よう、久しぶりだな、エミヤ。こんなところで会うとは思わなかったんでね。少しばかり驚いたよ。
The man doesn't move. There's about 10 meters between us. Would I be able to get near him? Even Berserker could not close this distance.
なんだ、ブルって声も出ないのか？まあ、気持ちはわからないでもないよ。ああ、そうだったそうだった。いや、あの時は見逃してもらって助かったよ、エミヤ。
There's nothing I can use as a weapon, but I don't care. My mind is clear right now. I don't feel any uneasiness about projecting his thoughts in this situation.
おい、僕がこっちを見ろって言ってるんだ。
I slightly shift my gaze in his direction. I face Shinji, by keeping the man in my vision.
そうだよ。分かってるじゃんか。今ここで一番誰が偉いのかってことがさ。
I gasp a little. It's not Shinji's word, but rather the unexpected, seriously manner in which he says them.
そういうことだ。なら分かってるよな、エミヤ。お前、このままじゃ確実に死ぬよ。
How out of place. Why say something that's so obvious now?
紹介が遅れたが、そいつは僕の新しいサーバントでね。ライダーなんかよりすごいだろ。
Shinji puts his hand over the man's shoulder, and with a delighted face.
命乞いしろよ、エミヤ。少しは考えてやってもいいぜ。
He says some nonsense. I refuse. I have no doubt. I answer right away without showing any hesitation or showing any signs of even considering it.
そうかよ。それじゃあ死んじゃえよ、お前。
Shinji jumps back. The man, still with a cold expression, finally brings his raised sword down.
そこまでよ。そこのサーバント。指一本でも動かせば、マスターの命は保証しないわ。
And the man stops his sword again. Everyone looks up. Everyone in the hall turns their attention to the girl standing at the entrance of the terrace. Tosaka's hands is faced towards Shinji. Even though Shinji doesn't have the aptitude as a mage, he should know what that means. Tosaka is serious. If that man brings down a sword, she will kill Shinji as retaliation.
トサカ、お前までなんでここに？
Zum Mobben. Tosaka doesn't answer, but just keeps her aim aligned on Shinji.
なんだよ、お前。本気で僕を撃とうってのか。
Sagt der Richtige.
殺し。
Sagt der Richtige.
殺したのはそっちが先でしょう。もっとも、どうであれこっちの気は変わらないわ。シンジ、殺す権利と殺される権利は同じよ。そんなこと、人間なら魔術師じゃなくても本能で理解なさい。
Shinji weakly retreats, being glared down by Tosaka. At that guy is watching in the light. He looks at Tosaka as if to belittle her. Then, I feel like there was a strange vibration that took over the hall for an instant.
なるほど。俺の打倒はできぬと悟り、マスターを狙ったか。交渉を持ちかけたのは、マスターを殺したところで、俺が止まらぬと判断したからだな。
そうよ。シンジが死んだくらいじゃ、あんたは止まりそうにない。けど、この状況なら考えてもいいでしょ。 今ならシンジを救えるもの。あんただってサーバントならマスターを失うのは痛手のはずよ。
なるほどなるほど。なかなかの起点だ。そこの雑種を助けたいのならばその交渉しかありえまい。
The sword disappears. He turns his back to me as if he lost interest in me.
お前何のつもりだ。誰が止めろって言ったんだよ。
いや、状況が変わったぞシンジ。彼女ならば器としては文句なしだ。
Shinji's breath stops. His face, filled with irritation, suddenly turns into a dirty smile.
そうか。いや、嬉しいよ遠坂。君がまだ生きていてくれて。
そう、一応私もホッとしたわ。あんたみたいなのでも付き合いは長いからね。どこかで死なれてたら気落ちするわ。
Laughing happily, Shinji claps his hands. It's strange. Shinji shows no fear even though Tosaka can end his life. It seems like an overwhelming joy is numbing his emotions.
まあいい。それよりどうだ遠坂。エミヤなんてほっといてさ、僕たちと手を組まないか。
僕たち？
そうだよ。君もキャスターが力を蓄えているのは知ってるだろ。竜道寺は今回の祭壇なんだ。そこに陣取られて魔力を蓄えられてるとね、少しばかり不利になる。
Shinji says with both arms raised, but that's an obvious fact. On top of that, it seems like Shinji doesn't know about how Cast obtained a Saban Archer.
わかるだろ。一人でやっても勝ち目は薄いんだ。バーサーカーのマスターは倒したけど、これだけじゃ足りない。遠坂、君がいればキャスターたちにも負けないものが作れるよ。
Shinji invites her with confidence. To
お
that,
断りよシンジ。あんたが誰と繋がっているかは知らないけどね、私から見てもいいように使われているだけのやつについていく道理はないわ。
Tosaka refills him without twitching a brow.
なんだって。
わからない？腐れ縁から忠告するけど、もうちょっと周りを観察する知力を養いなさい。麻藤真司をマスターだと思っているのはあんた一人だけよ。あんたには魔術師としての才能がないっていい加減気がついたら。
Shinji's face twitches. Tosaka's harsh words must have made him forget that his life is in her hands.
やれギルガメッシュ。エミヤも遠坂も皆殺しだ。
Name drop. Shinji orders to his own servant.
なんだよ。やれって言ってるだろ。お前なら僕がやられる前にやるなんて簡単じゃないか。
Oh, one day,
いや
joke.
残念だが時間切れだ。これ以上放置すれば腐ってしまう。
The man shows Shinji, who is closing in on him, the thing in his right hand. A red lump. It's the thing that he took out of the girl. It's still throbbing. Shinji grits his teeth in vexation.
そう。後悔するなよ遠坂。もう仲間にしてやらないからな。
Boah, ich glaube, das fände sie nicht so schlimm. Shinji runs towards the front entrance. There's one person left. After the man slowly watches his master being angry.
だそうだ。良い友人を持ったな。
He says the lights and leaves the hall filled with rubble. Ich würde sagen, an dem Punkt will ich dann diese Folge auch beenden. Ich möchte einmal kurz... Dir fehlt... Ja, das wird wahrscheinlich dann gleich noch dazu geaddet, weil der wahre Name wurde ja eben schon genannt. Ah ja, stimmt, sein wahrer Name wurde hier nicht genannt. Ja, auch nicht in der Storyline, dafür mit der. Ich gehe mal davon aus, dass ihr wahrer Name erst in Heaven's Viel genannt wird. Also seiner wird hier auf jeden Fall noch genannt werden, das weiß ich. Ich weiß nicht, ob Sabers wahrer Name hier genannt wird. Da bin ich mir tatsächlich nicht mehr sicher. Weil ihr wahrer Name ist ja eigentlich die erste Storyline. Da sind jetzt aber einige noch dazugekommen hier. Zum Beispiel the Sword of the Nibelungen. The DarthSevSev is a cursed noble phantasm that brings ruins to its owner. The sword has passed down through the tribes that killed the Norse hero Siegfried. It was initially part of the horde of Fafnir the dragon. It holds a powerful curse of retaliation, while also driving its own fate to ruin. Its owner's fate to ruin, though. Magical swords and sacred swords carry both glory and destruction, but this noble phantasm only brings destruction to its owner. Vasha war, glaube ich, ja, Indra, Indien. The divine sword that Perseus, a famous hero of Greek myth, used to slay the Gorgon Medusa. Harp itself is not particularly outstanding as a sword, but its most unique property is its ability to reflect longevity. This is a divine power that nullifies powers of immortality, and wounds made by Harpy can never be restored. Though healing via natural laws is still possible, it was used to kill Medusa, the youngest of 3 immortal sisters. Durandal, the sacred sword of Roland, the paladin from medieval Europe. Durandal was said to have been granted to Charles de Marnier by angels, and he bestowed the sword upon Roland, chief among the 12 peers. It is said to be a radiant sword containing 3 miracles, and does not lose its sharpness even if its wielder's magical energy is exhausted. As with Caliban, it was forged but to be a splendid symbol of authority. Ich würde dann aber sagen, dass ich an dem Punkt jetzt diese Folge hier beende. Ja. Okay. Hier wäre ich potenziell woanders gelandet. Interessant zu wissen. Da wäre ich dann wahrscheinlich über den Zweig da gelandet. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.